Good afternoon. I am Uncle Kevin, and this is on D. We just wanted to come up here and stand on behalf of our siblings, Buck and Nikki. Thank everybody for coming out, stopping by the house, sending us food, text messages, phone calls, just wanting to be with us. We are grateful. We're thankful. Oh man, I would have never imagined in all my years that I would be doing this. It's going to be a roller coaster. Our hearts are shattered. Our worlds are broken. But I promise Deja, with everything in my heart, in my power, I am going to fight for justice for you, baby. The pain that we have, the hatred that I have, I'm going to turn it into passion to get justice for you, baby, for these monsters who did this to you. We are going to see that you get what you deserve.
We're looking more closely at a tangled sequence of events surrounding a 19-year-old arrested this weekend. That's Joe Isaac Yanez.
That's right. As a matter of fact, Garrett Berger has been working on a timeline of events starting with the murder of Khadija Derry outside of a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy's house in Converse last week.
The streets of San Antonio, Texas, were rocked by a series of violent shootings allegedly carried out by 19-year-old Joe Isaac Lee Yanez. Authorities have charged him with the murder of Khadija Derry, a young woman who was fatally shot while sitting in her car outside her home in Converse on December 7, 2023. According to official reports, Derry was approached by two individuals who fired approximately 20 rounds at her vehicle before fleeing the scene. Disturbing surveillance footage obtained exclusively by Fox San Antonio captured the harrowing attack. Shell casings from both 9mm and 5.56 caliber weapons were found scattered at the scene, indicating that multiple guns were used in the shooting. In another horrific incident, Yanez is accused of participating in a drive-by shooting that left a 19-year-old man injured and put an innocent baby in danger. The victim was shot multiple times while waiting for his girlfriend after work, with around 28 rounds being fired at his vehicle. Thankfully, the baby escaped unharmed, but a female employee nearby was hit by shattered glass and sustained minor injuries. Derry's murder took place just one day prior to this shooting, around 7:50 p.m. on December 6th. She had been sitting alone in her car outside her family's home, where she lived with her mother, sister, brother, and uncle, a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy. The surveillance footage captured a chilling scene. Two men pulling up to Derry's car and opening fire, unloading 18 to 20 shots before fleeing the scene. Derry's sister revealed to investigators that she had been threatened by an unknown girl prior to the shooting, warning that their family would be shot or popped, with no chance of escape. The evidence only grew more incriminating when Yanez was identified in an Instagram video at the scene, eagerly pointing out Derry's car before gunshots rang out, and he and his accomplice fled, boasting about their weapons. Authorities soon discovered that both guns used in the shooting were stolen, and through further investigation, were able to tie Yanez to another shooting just one day after Derry's murder. A man picking up his girlfriend from work became the target of 4 assailants, firing a total of 28 rounds and injuring him. Miraculously, his infant child was unharmed, but a bystander suffered a laceration from flying glass. With mounting evidence against him, including a photo matching his appearance to one of the assailants in the Instagram video, it was clear that Yanez was a dangerous individual with no regard for human life. As the 19-year-old victim lay wounded, he revealed to police that Yanez, a former classmate, orchestrated the attack and ordered his accomplices to take him out. Yanez and another suspect, Curtis Ray Wilson, were promptly charged with aggravated assault and deadly conduct, both involving firearms. But the trio had other plans. As authorities closed in on them a few days later, they led them on a high-speed chase through the streets, ending at a tense standoff in a residence on Converse's east side. Despite putting up a fierce resistance, the suspects were successfully detained by law enforcement without any harm. The group is now facing charges of evading arrest or detention, and Yanez is currently being held on bail of $220,000. Meanwhile, Janae Shandy, Khadija's aunt, shared a powerful message for her niece on December 28, 2023, through a Facebook post that reads, "It has been a week since we laid you to rest, and I'm still wishing this was a dream." So many thoughts run through my mind just asking why these monsters had to take you away from us. It hurts like crazy, but we are trying our hardest to be strong. Two things that are helping me to press through is knowing you left an impact on this world, and that you accomplished so much within the 22 years you were here. It just hurts that you had to leave this earth the way you did, but God is still good, and so faithful. Friends and family, love on your loved ones. Don't hold grudges, and show kindness to one another. You just absolutely never know that time or day when you might lose a loved one, so show love with no regrets. Dija, the whole gang is fighting for you and praying that justice is served. Keep watching over us, baby girl, until we meet again. As we bid farewell to Khadija Derry, our hearts ache for her family who are left.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dija's auntie, Angie, and I wrote something, I'm gonna read it. And if I can't finish, Arthur will. I know that we are never supposed to question God, but I can't seem to stop asking why. So I ask you, God, as I question you, please forgive me of my questioning and my misunderstanding. Dija was a spoiled brat, as all the Nikki kids are. She was beautiful. I catch myself staring at nothing but photos, pictures, and memories, because that's now all that we have left, because someone took that from us. Life is short, and it's so sad that it makes you realize it in situations like this. Death is always unexpected, but this is something that I would have never imagined. Never would I have thought that I would lose my niece in this type of circumstance. We all have different relationships with Dija. Dija loved her family. She would show us off any time that she could. She made all her aunties, sisters feel fine like wine, even though we were old. Our family get-togethers will never be the same, but her memories will always move on. Dija was our hype master. One thing that I'm gonna miss the most about Dija is small things, but they matter a lot. Every time Dija got ready, whether it was for photos, going out, I'm the fashion auntie. She would call me. Her and Nikki would be on FaceTime. She'd be telling her, "No, mama, no, that don't go with that." And I would get to help them make that decision. To my sister, I thank you so much for allowing me to dress Khadija for the last time. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Yes, she's our niece and we love her so much, but this is your daughter. Nikki is always the strong one. I admire how she never stresses and does everything so last minute. But I'll tell you one thing. Right now, it's okay to be weak. It's okay to cry. I love you, and I'm gonna miss you, Khadija. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm Khadija's aunt. I tried to write something several times and I couldn't, so. First of all, we stole Khadija from Nikki. I think Renee, that was her baby. And I would just share a few memories that we had together, and I will never forget. Khadija, as Angie said, was a spoiled brat. I thought I was spoiled, but she was spoiled. And I remember Renee would always go shopping at the outlet. And I remember one Christmas, Khadija was maybe a teenager. And Renee, this was when Michael Kors was in, it ain't no more. Renee had bought so many bags and things, and I knew for sure, oh man, I got a lot of stuff. Christmas came, we started opening gifts, and they were for Khadija. And I was like, wait, I thought I was the baby. And Renee was like, oh no, you ain't the baby no more, these are for Khadija. And so, you know, I could go on and on about her, but Khadija was a young person that I feel like kept my family and kept us together. In difficult times that we had, Khadija would always text me and make sure that I was okay. She was the only one I trusted with my daughter. She was the only one that I would leave her with, and she would be okay. When I started coaching basketball, I did it just for her. Not because I was some great player, because I wasn't, but I did it because I saw so much potential in Khadija. And I wanted her to make it. And I wish that she could have just gone and never came back, so this day would have never happened. And to Nikki, you are a wonderful mother. You spoil your kids, but you got good kids. And she didn't deserve this. And the last thing I found was a letter to my niece. A letter to my niece in heaven. I miss you every time I close my eyes. My dreams are filled with your smile, because Khadija had a beautiful smile, and I always told her I wanted her teeth because she had pretty teeth, and she didn't have to do nothing with them. She just had pretty teeth. Your eyes and your laughter I will miss, but the promises and the possibilities are also going to be missed. My heart aches for the moment you're gone, yet still my heart bursts in joy at the mention of your name. Love, Aunt Tracy.